First, a little history. Georgia's last large-scale use of paper ballots was in the 2001 election for Atlanta mayor, sending Shirley Franklin into office. There were complaints.
The issue of hanging chads, pregnant chads.
And there was a recount.
If there's going to be a recount, that it should be as soon as possible.
And the following year, 2002, the state rolled out voting machines with computer touchscreens. State of the art 16 years ago, dangerously outdated now, say critics.
You've got the entire U.S. intelligence community telling us that you cannot trust these systems.
Wednesday, Attorney David Cross will try to force the state back into using paper ballots for the election less than 2 months from now. In a court brief, Secretary of State Brian Kemp's legal team says the election system we need for November 2018 will be plunged into chaos if that happens.
It is, and there's a little bit of a misconception which is generated by the state, unfortunately, that they don't do paper ballots. They do paper ballots. What we're talking about is an increase in volume, not a change really in procedure.
Cross says Georgia law currently requires paper ballots at all precincts in case the electronic machines fail due to power outage, say.
So to say that they don't use paper ballots, it's just not accurate. What we're talking about is an increase in volume for sure, but it is not a fundamental change in process.
Kemp's brief describes that argument as false and irresponsible. Kemp is not expected to attend the hearing. The Republican candidate for governor has a campaign event scheduled instead. Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.